For coming by, Tory Magoo 44. Today is the 12th of November 2016. We're coming into the holidays, Thanksgiving, and it's a very, I know we're going through a big time. This is after the election. A lot of people are troubled and upset and worried, and I understand that. For the people that are picketing, I have a couple of tips, and then I'll go into the thing on Scientology. Number one, please be safe. Don't get arrested. It doesn't help anyone to get arrested. Have someone with you. Bring a camera. Bring water so that you stay hydrated. And try to come with a message. I really try to tell people that because if you have a message, it communicates to people, and it might, who knows, get back to Trump. I think if thousands of people had definite messages about what we need and want and are concerned about, it's going to sink in. If you just have, we don't want you, okay, too bad. He's elected. That's the way it is. So try to come with a message, try to print it out clearly, and be safe and take care of yourself. All right, so there's that on picketing. And Scientology, this is a video on Scientology abortions, abuses. What's next? The good news is for all of you who've been speaking out, writing, making videos. I know for years people have asked me, do you think it's really making any difference? And I'm like, yeah, I know it is. Number one, because people call me that are leaving. So I know that they're getting out. They watch, they look on the internet, and they leave. So congratulations to everyone who's looked on the internet, read, woken up, and left. All right, so there's that. Number two is, first of all, does it help? But what's next? The good news is, first of all, David Miscavige has canceled enforced abortions. Now, that's awful in itself that he ever had that, and Hubbard had it before him. But the point is, it's canceled. Why? I know from being in there, they want to be thought of. They really want to be thought of. I mean, it's like a top target to be a real religion. They don't want to be thought of as a cult. They sent me, Tory, to the Steve Allen Theater to hear Steve Allen, who is anti-cult. The only thing I had to do was see, did Steve Allen call Scientology a cult or not? Now, it just so happened the day that Steve Allen came, even though he's very much spoken out against cults, he was speaking out worried about the big religious right. If they got into office, the fundamentalists, he was saying our government will never be the same. This was pre-Bush, everything. And he was saying it'll never, ever be the same. And he just started reading through the Bible and what the Bible says. And it was pretty intense. But point is, he was trying to help educate people on that. He never called Scientology a cult because he wasn't calling anybody a cult at that time. But I know from that how much they don't want to be thought of as a cult. And obviously, enforced abortions and any other of their abuses are very culty. Okay, what's the next one? What is the next step? The next step is, let's get rid of disconnection. What is disconnection? Disconnection is a tremendously abusive thing that breaks up families. It cuts off loved ones, mothers and fathers who haven't seen talk to their children, or children to their mothers and fathers in years. Sometimes grandchildren now. They declare people suppressive. You've seen it before. If you haven't, this is my SB declare. I escaped out July of 2000. They declared me the 15th of September 2000. They never talked to me. I never had any ethics. They never did a board of investigations. They never did a committee of evidence. All those things are supposed to be done before someone is declared. Now, Miscavige has got to just declare him SP. I mean, Hubbard at least had a thing, and I know this because I have epilepsy, and they sat me down, well, who's antagonistic to Scientology? And I was like, well, my mom. Now, she wasn't really antagonistic to Scientology. She was worried about them killing me. I have epilepsy. They made me get off my medicine, and yes, she was ticked off. But that was it. So they said, okay, she's the SP. You've got to handle it. But back then, this was with Hubbard. Hubbard said, try to use good roads, fair weather. If that doesn't, which is just talking about anything but things that you get in big fights over. And then if that doesn't work, then you may have to declare the person suppressive and disconnect from them. But disconnection was like the last thing he said to do. So I used good roads, fair weather with my mom through my whole life. And I know people can think that's sad, but she had, after my dad died, she turned into an alcoholic. So it actually worked out for my brothers and I. We all used it for that reason, because it just worked. So we didn't have to get into all of her stuff. But my point now is like, let's get rid of disconnection. We've gotten rid of the enforced abortions, which is awful. Disconnection is the next awful thing, in my opinion, because it breaks up so many families. I know people that I just talked to someone, a friend of mine, who hasn't talked to her children in, I think, over 20 years. And she's never met some of her 7 grandchildren. She's never met them. They've never met her. She's the grandmother. That's awful. And you will never, ever, I don't care if this is David Miscavige or someone working for him, whoever you are, I know you're out there and I know you listen to these. You will never be thought of as a real religion as long as you are hurting people this way. These are civil rights abuses that are not okay. Okay. And all of us, I mean, there's thousands of people out here now speaking out, and I can't thank you enough. Keep speaking out. This is an exact proof that it makes a difference. I know it took a long time, but it made a difference, a big difference. All right, so there you go on that. Thanksgiving is coming up. I know it is a very tricky time for all of us. All I can say is try to be gracious, try to be dignified, try to love each other and take care of each other, right? And let's hope things get better. All right, I love you. Bye-bye.